Hello and welcome. Today we are playing the Corrupted War super boss fight on Steel Path that they added with the last update, the Techrot Encore. And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite of the boss fights, simply because the requirement for getting to him is much simpler. Since when you were doing the 60 eyes, you needed to go through the mission and collect all the 60 eyes, or when you were doing the Apex tank, you needed to hack the consoles. This time instead, you just need to get to him and use the combination, which is the same every time, which I'm going to show you here. And yeah, it's very simple getting to him, and it's quite fast. So the first one is the DMB together. The second is the spiral. The third one is the symmetric stuff. The fourth one is the A, and the last one are the three figures next to each other. You can pause the video for copying. Then as you can see, I'm invisible because I have the mod, the untraceable mod on the Parazon, which grants me invisibility when hacking. So it will let me deal a little bit of damage, which is going to be just enough for bringing down the shield. And as you saw, I summoned the Rail JQ outside the boss fight, since you can do it, and I advise you doing it. Sometimes he stays outside, but sometimes he can hang around and help you a bit. So for the first phase, you just need to damage him. I'm using the Burst Prime Incarnon. I believe I have modded it with Violent and Heat. It's not the optimal elemental mod combination, since you could use corrosive and heat, or corrosive and magnetic, since there is the magnetic mod for rifles, which is useful for bringing down his shields. Anyway, the first phase is very simple because you can also hide behind these pillars if you position yourself correctly and shoot him. But if he does these attacks, these yellow attacks, you need to dodge them because they can inflict a magnetic proc on you. So you just need to stay mobile as mobile as you can, and hide behind the pillars if the boss is not dealing that much damage to you. Of course, I'm using the Shield Gate build with Rolling Guard, and the first phase is already done. Yeah, pretty much focus on shooting him. There is the annoying component of the shield, which he has, which will regenerate. And now we're doing the laser. I have just one advice for the laser. Try to look when the beam does not touch the ground, so you can slide under it. It is faster than jumping over it. As you can see now, I hit it, I slide, jump, slide, jump, slide. No, of course, I made a mistake. So if the beam does not touch the ground, you can slide under it, and it's going to be much simpler. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it will not damage you, so you can rest assured. Now the laser are done. I'm on the second phase. For the second phase, you need to be careful because there are these platforms, and you should not stay on the platform. You should always try to skirt around it and jumping around it, then back in, then around it, and then back in. Whenever you see the yellow orbs, remember you can shoot them. There is one which is following me right now, which I'm not shooting, but try to do it. This big one you need to shoot, and I already did enough damage for the last bar. For the last phase, sorry, it's going too fast, but you can hide behind Vor's bubble. So you can just, if you position yourself correctly between the two, you can just shoot it. But bear in mind, as you can see, Vor can teleport. He only does it once, I believe. So once he teleports, you can just take it easy, stay under him, position yourself correctly, and you can shoot the cannon batteries without any repercussions, because Void is going to be your shield. And I just told a lie because Vor teleported again. But if you shoot in the middle, you cannot see it because Chroma is so gigantically huge. But if you shoot at the middle of the cannons, there is a weak spot in which you can charge your Incarnons. And I advise you to do that and use all the Incarnon ammunitions that you have, because you do not want to run out of ammunitions during this boss fight. So this is pretty standard practice. If you saw the other super boss fights, you know what we're doing. We are just abusing shield gate and a little bit of a Vazarin protective sling. Rolling guard, of course. As you can see, I'm taking a lot of damage, and I'm being saved by Arcane Aegis, which is essential. And I also have the Sentinel modded for the shield recharge. I'm going to show you the build at the end of the video. And as you can see, I'm trying to stay around the platform in which he is staying, because he's going to shoot the platform with all of his attacks, and they are all area of effects. Since the platform is too small, you need to just jump away, aim glide, re-jump in, aim glide. Here I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm trying to use the protective sling, but the magnetic proc inflicted my operator. In these cases, you can also just jump down, since they are going to spawn you with, let's say, a half a second of vulnerability, which sometimes is going to last. I'm taking all kinds of damage here. Yeah, this is going to be RNG dependent, because there are so many effects, so many orbs jumping around. He is shooting your attacks that will nullify you. It is a bit of a mess, but it does not take long to get back to him, which is different from the other super boss fights. Here is the last phase. I'm trying to shoot his head to charge the Burston. I believe I have a Latum as a secondary weapon, I'm not sure, but I have the Okina for the movement buff. Yeah, here, shoot the orbs, try to stay around, gliding around the platform that War is in. Try to stay on him as much as possible, because otherwise he's going to regen his shield like he did right there. Shoot the orbs, which both the orbs that he's charging and the orbs you see shooting around. Yeah, if you have the magnetic mod, bringing down his shield is going to be easier, and the corrosive damage is going to be more useful for dealing damage to him in particular. So I do not have the burst modded as you should, but if you do that, you're going to deal more damage to him, so bear that in mind. Corrosive and magnetic. He likes to recharge his shield a lot, but we're just going to stay on the air as much as possible. Shoot the orbs, shoot at him, roll whenever the shield is down, try to aim for this head, use the Incarnon as much as possible. This is pretty much it. It's all about movement, knowing where the other platforms are, and being careful at your shield at the moment. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of crits. You can see as black numbers, but those should be red crits, and they're not doing a lot of damage to him, because the damage attenuation is really turned up high. Of course, the platforms like to go down, so you need to try not to drop. Glide in, glide out, be careful of your shield. The Sentinel is down, which is going to be a problem, but he is almost dead. Yes, and that's it. Yeah. I mean, it's easier, I believe, than the other boss fights, but it is still cheap, because this is not regular Warframe gameplay. As I said before in the other videos, it's just another type of gameplay than the one you are used to, since you are not using abilities, you're not dodging around, you're just trying to abuse the shield gating effect and the vulnerability frames from Rolling Guard and the protective sling of Vazarin. And yeah, you saw all the stuff on screen. Sometimes you cannot do anything about it, because you're just being bombarded with all kinds of damage, magnetic nullifying procs. But if you have a good weapon, if you are modded correctly for survival, you're going to raise your chance significantly. And that was it. It was less than 10 minutes. Yes, I believe the Railjet crew did a lot of damage at some point. And I'm going to show you the build here at the end. And I wish you good luck. You take care now.